Hey, I'm Aaron, and welcome back to Happiness Factory Gardens. I'm going to be telling you a story today. I'm going to try to paint a picture in your head of what Happiness Factory Gardens is going to look like in its final form. So I want you to come along with me, find a quiet place, maybe close your eyes, and try to pretend like you're there because you are going to be the main character in this story. And before we get into the story, make sure you hit that subscribe button below and the notification bell next to it. Turn notifications to all so that you're aware of all of our future uploads and you can come along in this journey of creating a large-scale, worldwide charity farms network. So, what exactly is that? Just imagine you're walking down the street, you are a Haitian woman, you're 25 years old, you just got out of college in New York City. You went to college in New York City. And when you got out of college, you came back to Haiti, right? And you've been living there for only a few days now, but you're planning on being there for a while. So you're out taking a walk, refamiliarizing yourself with your hometown, and you're on a walk. You're on FaceTime. You're video chatting with your best friend that you made in college, and he lives in New York City. Still, he's from there. He went to college there with you, and he stayed there when he got out of college. So he's walking down the street in New York City, and he's video chatting with you. Again, you're in Haiti, and as you're walking down the street on your phone, you don't notice, but you're approaching something, a building, and all of a sudden you can't go any further. There's there's something in your way. So you just glance up from your phone from when you were talking to your friend and distracted from the surroundings, and you glance up, and lo and behold, there is a humongous building that you've never seen before. Something like you've never seen before in your life, even in New York City. This building is 150 stories tall. It's it's all clear glass, but it's like a green hue, and you're like, wow, that looks kind of like a glass tree. And just here in the middle of my little city in Haiti, I've never seen anything like this. This is beautiful. And above the entranceway says Happiness Factory Gardens. And you're like, wow, this is amazing. You're still in your video chat, and your friend is like, hey, what's up? What's going on? You kind of drifted off there, and you're like, oh my gosh, dude, I am looking at one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. And it's called Happiness Factory Gardens. And your friend's like, oh yeah, Happiness Factory Gardens. There's one in Haiti? Oh man, homegirl, I bumped into that the other day in New York City, and that is, oh my gosh, I know you must have seen that while you were before you went home. You're like, no, I missed that in the middle of New York City. I guess there's so many big buildings there. I wish I would have heard about it. And you're like, yeah, I went in, and your friend's like, yeah, I went in, I explored it. It's actually a new thing. It went up in the last couple years in New York, and still gaining traction here, but I hear there's some really nice versions in other places. I heard there was one in Haiti, and I meant to mention to you. You're like, oh yeah, you should have told me, but oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to go explore this. This is amazing. So you guys say bye to each other and get off the phone, and you look back up. You're like, wow, that's the biggest building I've ever seen in Haiti, and it's just, I want to go see what's inside. So you walk in under that archway that says Happiness Factory Gardens, and you go up to the welcome desk, and the person sitting at the desk is like, "Hey, welcome to Happiness Factory Gardens." And you're like, "What is this place? What's going on here?" And she says, "You want to come behind the desk and look up?" And behind the desk is in the middle of a lobby, and behind the desk is just more of the lobby. It's a huge lobby, but um, you're like, yeah, what's up? And so the greeter at the desk is like, "Yeah, come back, come look with me." And she walks you back, and as you get behind the desk, you start looking up, and you're like, "Oh my gosh!" You see 150 stories tall in this building, completely filled with vertical gardens. It looks like one of the biggest farms you've ever seen, but it's upwards. And there's workers reaching in from all angles, tending to the plants and harvesting and sowing new seeds, um, and you ask the welcome person, you're like, "Is this like a farm?" And she's like, "Oh, it's a farm, but it's much more than that. Do you see all those around the garden, the people that are reaching in to tend to the plants?" You're like, "Yeah." And she said, "Those are all just regular people from around here that didn't really have a way to feed their families. They're they had no money. They may have had no skills in farming. Um, didn't have a way into a job." And yeah, so they're up there. You see, they're working. They know it. They know what they're doing now. And you're like, "Yeah, that's amazing. Those are just regular people. You didn't bring them in like specialists." And you're like, "No, we're training them right there." And uh, this is what the welcome person says. She says, "We're training them right there." And um, can you imagine where they're reaching in from? Right behind that, on every level, is there's not only the processing rooms for the produce, but there's living rooms, there are sleeping rooms. It's like, welcome to Happiness Factory Gardens. This is a hotel. This is a restaurant. Well, a dining hall, because there's many restaurants in here. This is, as you see, the vertical farm. This is also a counseling center, a skills training center, a job placement center. And yeah, do you know anyone that might benefit from this? We're always accepting people to come in. The more the merrier. And you're like, "Oh, I can think of a few people. I'm gonna send them your way. Is there anything, like, do you have to pay to come here, or you get paid to work, or what?" And the lady that's giving you the tour, she's like, "No, it's yes, you get paid to work, but you don't have to pay for training. It's paid training. This is a job, but we'll find you jobs outside of this afterwards, and this will serve as a for the people that are living here, working, getting counseling, skills training, job placement. This will actually serve to teach them the skills they need to start their own business in wherever they're from in this community." So you should see many more buildings being propped up, efficient buildings that aren't taking up much space, but that are contributing greatly to the community here. You should see many coming up within the next few years, because all these people that you see above you working are gaining skills and the confidence they need and the money their family needs to take steps into the future for bettering themselves and their community. You're like, "Yeah, I get that. I see that. This is really something special." So you call your friend back immediately, who's in New York City, and you're like, "Have you, like, explored this? Do you know what this is?" And he's like, yeah, dude, I just found out exactly what it is the other day. I hadn't actually ventured in or anything, but yeah, it's the same thing here in New York. It's all the like people that were homeless, they're all working here, getting training and stuff. And you're like, yeah, I mean, many people in Haiti are suffering, even if struggling, even if they're not homeless. But they're same thing, yeah, same thing is going on here. And your friend in New York is like, wow, this is amazing. We should look this up online. Let's look up more into it. So you're like, yeah, good idea. And I'll call you back later. So you guys get off the phone, you look it up, and wow, lo and behold, there are 20 locations around the world in rich areas, making money for the poor areas to build up Happiness Factory Gardens there. And there's tons of poor areas around the world benefiting from this same place. So yeah, you're very happy with what you found, and I hope you will, coming back to our present day here now, I hope you will help me in this journey to create that I've just told the story of to you. It's something may seem unattainable, may seem far-reaching, but it's something that we are going to make happen. We have the drive, we have the determination and the will, and there's a need for it in the world. So it's going to happen. Get on board. Subscribe below. Hit the notification bell. Turn notifications to all. Like this video if you like that idea. Share it with a friend, and comment below if you have any questions or comments, and we'd love to hear from you. Yeah, this plan has been molding for 10 years now, and it's finally time to start taking action on it and making it take off. So this is the very early stages, but from here we go up. So yeah, come along for the ride, and until next time, see ya. Peace and love for happiness.